Hey everybody, what's up? Square Enix was kind enough to invite me to be one of the first people in the world to play Visions of Mana. We had a private preview at PAX East and somehow I got invited and I still can't believe it. I'm going to be making several videos about this, but today we're going to focus on my first impressions and 5 things that stood out to me after playing the game. If you don't know me, I'm 8BitD and I am a full-time live streamer for several years now. And I'm a relatively new YouTuber, but I do plan on being here a little bit more often. I want to start this video by saying that I have been a fan of the Mana series for a very, very long time. It wasn't even called Mana when I was playing it, okay? We were back in Final Fantasy time. So I've been at this for a long time. I've played all the games in the series, and I've even streamed a few of them. A couple months ago, I just finished playing Sword of Mana again, so it really got me thinking about what I want to see here in Visions of Mana. Which brings me to what stood out the most. Number 1, that this feels like a Mana game instantly. I know that that's an obvious one, like, oh my god, gee, obviously it's a Mana game, it's called Visions of Mana. I know. But we are in this vacuum lately of RPG franchises being accused of being too modern, trying to change too much, or trying to appeal too heavily to a Western audience. So I think that it's really important to specify that this immediately felt like a Mana game to me the second I picked up the controller. The visuals have that same colorful, almost painting-like artistry to them, and the creatures were, as expected, so cute that you felt really guilty taking it down. That said, the combat is so fun that you will forget about that cute real quick. Without divulging too much, I will say that the combat felt right in the vein of previous titles, because it really encourages you to try different things in combinations that were easy to change on the fly. That brings me to number 2, which are the elemental vessels and classes. I'll be making an entire video about this and go more in depth, but for a quick overview, the elemental vessels are mystical artifacts that house the power of the elements within them. They contain mana from different elements that you'll use throughout the game, and these powers can be used in both combat and the world as you're exploring. Every character in this game has their own set of classes that coincide with the elemental vessels that you encounter. And I did my best to try each class that was offered to us, and I can say that they truly felt different from one another. And I'm really happy for the flexibility to make my party fit my personal playstyle. Number 3, exploration is the name of the game. I have always found this to be an issue in previous Mana titles where I really struggle with getting lost or feeling like I've been moving in circles through the same screens over and over again without anything to really reward me for it except for experience. And listen, I'm an RPG girly. I love a good level grinding situation, but sometimes that can be frustrating, especially now that I'm an adult and I don't have time. So this game has like a beautifully laid out UI and map system that made it so easy to navigate and explore. I felt like I was going to run out of the allotted playtime because all I wanted to do was jump around, find new chests or things in the world to interact with. This really made the game feel modern to me in the way that it should without losing that nostalgic Mana essence that I've come to love. And number 4, accessibility. I know a lot of you are like, what? This doesn't apply to everyone, but for me and my viewers and my community, this is something that people come to me for because I am a disabled gamer. I have rheumatoid arthritis as well as other health issues, and I know it's too early to really talk about this as the game is in development, so I can only speak to my own experience with the demo. But I will say, I was having a particularly rough day with my hands at the preview, and the controls of the game still were very comfortable. I didn't feel like I needed to do any aggressive button mashing, and the flexibility with the classes really made me feel like I could tailor my party to suit my physical needs that day. We'll see as we get closer to release what the core options look like graphically, and as far as the controller settings go, etc. But I left the experience feeling fairly optimistic. And lastly, number 5, there's not much to say here. We're riding around the world with these little fellas, everything. Joy, wonder, I mean, look at them. I don't have to say anything, just look at this. Overall, this has only made me more excited to see what Visions of Mana is going to bring when it releases this summer. Stay tuned for more videos about this because I want to dive more into the individual elements in the game, some things I noticed were callbacks to earlier Mana titles, and also, you know, maybe I won't have this stuffy nose so you can listen to my real voice while I talk about my history with this series. Feel free to stop by my live streams and ask me questions. I love nerding out about RPGs. I'm usually playing one. And again, a huge huge thank you to Square Enix for letting me take part in this preview. Being able to be kind of in the Square Enix, you know, world and get invited to these opportunities is just unreal, and I'm so grateful. So again, thank you, and I'm really excited. And tell me down in the comments below what caught your eye in this video if you feel like sharing. And I'll catch you all next video.